Sophia Martinez, a single mom, used to have everything going for her. A comfortable home, a reliable job, and a happy little family. But her world crumbled when her husband, Ethan Reynolds, deceived her into signing over all their assets. In an instant, Ethan vanished, taking everything with him and leaving Sophia and their 2 young daughters, Lily and Ava, with nothing. Now, Sophia works at a small café to make ends meet. Every day feels like a struggle as she fights to put food on the table and keep her daughters warm. One evening, after finishing her shift, Sophia sat outside the cafe with Lily and Ava. The 3 of them shared the only sandwich she could afford, try to keep the mood light despite the cold night air. Just then, a sleek car pulled up nearby. A man stepped out and called her name. It was Daniel Brooks, an old friend from high school. Daniel, once a shy and reserved classmate, now stood confidently in front of her, dressed in a sharp suit. He couldn't believe his eyes as he saw Sophia in this state. "Sophia, is that really you?" Daniel asked, his voice filled with shock and concern. Sophia turned away, embarrassed but unable to hide her shame. "Hi, Daniel." "Yes, it's me." Daniel's gaze softened with empathy. He didn't need any further explanation to see that Sophia and her daughters were in desperate need of help. But would Sophia be willing to accept the support of her old friend? Daniel looked at Sophia with deep concern in his eyes. He couldn't forget the girl he had admired back in high school. But now, that image was replaced by one of exhaustion, and weariness etched across her face. He knew he couldn't just walk away. "Sophia, what happened?" "You can't stay out here like this," Daniel said, his voice full of care. Sophia lowered her head, her voice trembling with a mix of shame and despair. "Everything. It all just fell apart, Daniel. I don't want to drag you into my mess. You've done so well for yourself. I can't be a burden." Daniel immediately interrupted. "You're not a burden. Please let me help." Sophia shook her head, overwhelmed by a mix of shame and fear. She was used to relying on no one but herself. But Daniel was persistent. He offered to take Sophia and her daughters to his home at least a night, so they could have a safe place to stay. "My house has plenty of space. You and the girls can stay there until things settle down," he said earnestly. Sophia hesitated, her mind racing with conflicting thoughts. Accepting Daniel's help felt like admitting defeat, something she had always fought against. But as she glanced at Lily and Ava, their tiny bodies trembling under threadbare jackets, the protective mother in her outweighed her pride. "All right, but just temporarily," Sophia replied, her voice soft but laced with determination. Daniel gave her a reassuring smile. "Don't worry. You don't have to do this alone anymore." As Daniel helped the 3 of them gather their few belongings and load them into his car, Sophia felt a glimmer of hope, something she hadn't felt in a very long time. At Daniel's spacious and welcoming home, Sophia and her daughters began to experience a sense of stability they hadn't felt in months. Daniel prepared a comfortable room for them, complete with warm blankets, clean clothes, and hearty meals. For the first time since losing their home, Lily and Ava slept in real beds. In the early days, Sophia felt out of place and awkward. She wasn't used to accepting help, especially from an old friend like Daniel. But Daniel offered more than just a roof over their heads. He patiently listened and encouraged Sophia to open up about her struggles. One evening as the girls played in the living room, Daniel sat down next to Sophia. "Sophia, I know you've been through a lot, but have you ever thought about what you really want to do?" Sophia gave a wistful smile. "What I want? I don't even know where to start anymore." Daniel smiled back, his eyes full of encouragement. "I remember back in high school, you had a real passion for interior design. I can still recall the projects you did in art class. Have you ever thought about picking that up again?" Sophia hesitated. The thought of going back to learning felt daunting. "I don't think I have what it takes anymore, Daniel. It's been too long." But Daniel didn't give up. He helped Sophia research online courses in interior design and even covered the tuition fees for her. Initially, Sophia was nervous and unsure of herself, but with Daniel's persistent encouragement, she started taking small steps. During her classes, Sophia quickly realized that her creativity was still very much alive. Her assignments impressed her instructors and classmates alike, and she gradually regained her confidence. Over time, Sophia not only relearned valuable skills, but also rediscovered a passion she thought she had lost. Daniel was always there to support her, whether it was watching the kids or helping her brainstorm ideas. Sophia began to see herself not just as a struggling single mother, but as a capable woman building a better future for herself and her daughters. As Sophia was gradually rebuilding her life, a part of her past she had tried to forget resurfaced. Her ex-husband, Ethan Reynolds. Sophia knew she had to confront him, not for her own sake, but for Lily and Ava. Sophia reached out to Ethan, hoping he would take responsibility as a father and at least provide financial support for their daughters. But when they met, her hope quickly turned into disappointment. Ethan, now living a luxurious life, showed no remorse or concern. "I have nothing to do with your life anymore, Sophia. Whatever happened is your fault. Take care of it yourself," he said coldly. Sophia felt a pang in her heart. She had thought that, at the very least, Ethan might change for the sake of his children, but he remained as selfish as ever. When Sophia returned home, she was disheartened but not defeated. Daniel was there, as always, ready to listen and support her. "Sophia, you don't need Ethan's approval or support to succeed. Look at all the amazing things you've accomplished in such a short time. You're not just an incredible mother. You're a strong, capable woman," Daniel said, his voice filled with sincerity. Daniel's words made Sophia realize that she didn't need to cling to the past anymore. Ethan no longer held any power over her life. Instead, she resolved to focus all her energy on creating a brighter future for Lily and Ava. That day, Sophia learned an invaluable lesson. Sometimes, to move forward, you have to let go of what no longer matters. One quiet evening, as Sophia was tidying up the kitchen after dinner, Lily and Ava walked in, their eyes sparkling with something they wanted to share. Sophia wiped her hands, sat down at the table, and motioned for her daughters to join her. "Mom, we want to tell you something," Lily said, her voice soft but serious. Sophia smiled warmly, watching Lily and Ava sit down beside her. "What is it, girls?" "I'm listening." Ava hesitated for a moment before speaking. "We don't think we need someone like Ethan to be our dad anymore. He never cared about us." Sophia sighed quietly. Those words, though heartbreaking, were a truth she knew they couldn't ignore. Lily added firmly, "But Mom, Uncle Daniel is so kind to us. He listens when we talk, plays games with us, and helps us when we're stuck. He makes us feel safe, like he really cares about us. I don't know if he's like a dad, but maybe he could be one someday." Ava nodded, her eyes glistening. "Uncle Daniel does all the things I think a dad would do. He always asks if we're okay, tells funny stories, and hugs us so warmly. With him around, I don't feel like we need Ethan anymore." Sophia sat silently for a moment, tears welling up in her eyes. She realized that although Daniel never tried to replace Ethan, his genuine care and affection had filled the void in Lily and Ava's hearts. Taking their hands, Sophia whispered, "I'm so happy you feel Uncle Daniel's love. He truly cares about you, and that means more to me than anything." Ava smiled softly, her eyes bright. "Uncle Daniel is special, Mom. I think if we could choose a dad, we'd choose him." Sophia pulled her daughters into a tight embrace, her heart overflowing with gratitude and hope. As time passed, Sophia and Daniel grew closer. Daniel was no longer just a person who had helped her during tough times. He had become an integral part of her and her daughters' lives. Daniel spent countless hours with Lily and Ava, from helping Lily with her homework to reading bedtime stories to Ava. The two girls, who had never experienced the love of a real father, quickly bonded with Daniel and began to see him as a father figure. Sophia watched all of this with a heart full of emotions. She knew Daniel wasn't doing these things out of obligation or pity. The love and patience he showed her daughters were genuine and heartfelt. Still, Sophia couldn't help but feel apprehensive. The scars from her past made her hesitant to open up completely. She wondered if she deserved this newfound happiness, and whether she could trust another man with her heart. One evening, as Sophia and her daughters played in the yard, Daniel approached her. "Sophia, I don't just want to help you and the girls get back on your feet. I want to be a part of your lives forever," he said, his voice full of sincerity. Sophia felt a lump rise in her throat. Daniel, I don't know if I can move past this fear. I'm scared that if I let this get too close, it'll all slip away again. Daniel gently took Sophia's hand. I understand that you're afraid. But Sophia, sometimes to move forward, you have to take a leap of faith. And I promise, I won't let you or the girls get hurt again. Daniel's words brought Sophia a sense of peace. Slowly but surely, she learned to trust and accept the love that Daniel brought into her life. Not just for her, but for Lily and Ava too. A few months later, Sophia felt her life transforming in ways she had never dared to dream. With Daniel's unwavering support, she had completed her interior design course and started taking on small projects from friends and acquaintances. Sophia not only felt proud of the work she was doing, but also saw that she had finally created a path for lasting stability for Lily and Ava. One evening, Daniel hosted a small party at his home to celebrate Sophia's first major accomplishment, completing a design project for a local coffee shop. Close friends and a few new clients came to congratulate her. Sophia felt surrounded by love and support, something she had missed for so long. After the party, Daniel surprised Sophia by kneeling in front of her with a sparkling ring in his hand. Sophia, you and the girls have changed my life. You're not just the person I admired in high school. You're the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. Will you marry me? Sophia looked at Daniel with tears in her eyes. She thought about everything she had endured, from being homeless and heartbroken to this moment where a hopeful future was within reach. Yes, Daniel, I will, she said, her voice trembling with emotion. Their wedding was simple, yet filled with warmth. Attended by close friends and family, Lily and Ava were overjoyed to wear beautiful bridesmaid dresses, and Daniel officially adopted both girls, becoming the father they had always dreamed of. Together, Sophia, Daniel, Lily, and Ava began a new chapter of their lives. Love, patience, and trust had carried them through the hardest times and helped them build a family full of joy and happiness. After the wedding, the bond between Daniel and Sophia's daughters, Lily and Ava, blossomed into something truly special. From morning routines filled with laughter to bedtime stories that sparked their imaginations, Daniel became more than just a caring presence. He became the hero they had always longed for. At first, the girls were a little shy, but Daniel's patience and unconditional love quickly made them feel safe and cherished. Before long, Lily and Ava started calling Daniel Dad, a word they had never used before. The first time Lily hesitantly called him that, Daniel was so moved he could barely speak. He knelt down, hugged the two girls tightly, and promised them that he would always be there for them, ensuring they would never feel alone or unloved again. From that moment on, Lily and Ava saw Daniel as someone they could fully trust. Whenever they had something exciting or troubling to share, they would go to Daniel first. Lily loved showing him her schoolwork and telling him about the good grades she earned, while Ava often whispered little secrets to him that she wasn't ready to tell anyone else. One evening, Lily walked into the living room holding a drawing she had made of their family. In the picture, Lily, Ava, Sophia, and Daniel were standing hand in hand under a bright, shining sun. I drew you two, Dad, Lily said, pointing at Daniel's figure in the drawing. You're the one who makes us happy. Daniel couldn't hold back his tears. Lily's words were the clearest testament to the love and trust he had built with the family. Their small family now lived in a warm, cozy home that Daniel had personally redesigned, with input from Sophia. Every corner of the house reflected their love and unity. From Lily and Ava's hand-drawn artwork on the walls to the garden, where they often spent time planting flowers and vegetables together. Sophia continued to grow her interior design career. Her creativity and determination made her a sought-after designer in the area. Daniel, despite running his successful business, always made time to support his wife, whether it was encouraging her professionally or taking care of the girls at home. Lily and Ava now had not just a safe place to call home, but also a father they adored. The two grew closer to Daniel each day, seeing him as their hero. Laughter and joy filled their home, a testament to the love and happiness the family had built together. Sophia and Daniel's journey is a powerful reminder of how resilience, love, and kindness can transform lives. Sophia's story begins in despair, but blossoms into a testament to the human spirit's ability to rebuild and thrive. She went from being a single mother left with nothing to becoming a confident woman with a flourishing career, all while rediscovering the power of trust and connection. It was through Daniel's unwavering patience and genuine compassion that Sophia and her daughters found not only stability, but a sense of belonging they had been missing for so long. There's something profoundly moving about moments like when Lily and Ava first called him Dad. It wasn't just a word. It was a declaration, a heartfelt acknowledgement of the love and security he had given them. In that moment, Daniel wasn't just stepping into a role. He was proving that family isn't about shared blood, but about shared love, care, and commitment. Those moments remind us of the incredible potential of second chances, not just for one person, but for everyone they touch. Sophia's journey is also a reflection of how, even in the darkest times, kindness can light the way forward. Daniel didn't just offer her a place to stay. He offered her the belief that she was capable of so much more. And Sophia didn't just accept his help. She found the courage to fight for her future, to rediscover the passion she had long buried, and to show her daughters what it means to rise above adversity. Together they built something far more meaningful than a stable home. They built a family filled with love, laughter, and mutual respect. This story teaches us that no matter how overwhelming life's challenges may seem, it's never too late to start again. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, can ripple outwards and transform lives in unimaginable ways. Sophia and Daniel's story also reminds us that love isn't just something we feel. It's something we do. It's in the sacrifices we make, the patience we show, and the support we offer without expecting anything in return. Now, as you reflect on Sophia's story, ask yourself what part of their journey inspired you the most. Have you ever witnessed or experienced a second chance that changed someone's life? Stories like this are meant to remind us of what's possible, but they also inspire us to take action. If Sophia's story touched your heart, consider sharing it with someone who might need a little hope today. You never know how much of a difference your kindness can make in someone's life. Together, we can create a ripple effect, spreading messages of hope, love, and the incredible power of second chances to the people who need them most.